Good morning, Biloxi High. I'm Raiden.
And I'm Sadie Kate. This week is filled with more AP tests and tryouts, so let's get into this week's announcements.
Starting Monday, May 11th, AP Calculus testing begins at 8 a.m. There will also be a spring piano recital at 5:30 in the BPAC. Boys tennis tryouts and band drum major auditions running through the 15th. The track banquet will be held at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria, and American Fidelity will be on campus for all employees.
On Tuesday, May 12th, AP French testing starts at 8 a.m., followed by AP Psychology at noon. Girls' tennis tryouts will take place along with the senior field day at 6 p.m. on the football field. There will also be a volleyball parent meeting at 5:30 in the library.
Wednesday, May 13th includes senior grad walks, the AP language test at 8 a.m., makeup tennis tryouts, and a student council meeting at 3:15 in the lecture hall.
On Thursday, May 14th, AP Spanish testing begins at 8 a.m., followed by AP Computer Science at noon. Baseball tryouts for upcoming 9th through 12th graders will run from 3:30 to 5 o'clock.
Seniors, listen up. Seniors, listen up. Also on Thursday, May 14th, for the ones who signed up, will attend a field trip to Big Kahunas. Friday, May 15th, all seniors must attend mandatory graduation practice in the sports arena from 8 to 11:30 a.m. And don't forget, graduation will take place Sunday, May 17th at 2 p.m. at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum.
Moving on to this week's segments, we have a special interview with Miss Honey LeBlanc. She works at a summer camp, Camp Awesome, and they were looking for some new camp counselors this summer. Let's see what she has to offer. Hello, Tribe TV. I'm Sadie Kate, sitting here with Miss Honey LeBlanc, and we're going to talk about Camp Awesome and the opportunities that come with it. So, Miss LeBlanc, if you could tell us about yourself and about Camp Awesome.
Okay, my name is Honey LeBlanc. I am the founder and one of the 3 camp directors of Camp Awesome. And what Camp Awesome is an overnight summer camp for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. We host camp here at Camp Wilkes here in Biloxi, not far from here. And the way we work is we have volunteer counselors and volunteer staff, and each counselor is paired with a camper with an intellectual disability for the 4 days and 3 nights of camp. And we do just traditional camp things. We have a pool, we have a water slide, we have fishing, and you go to the rotations with your camper, and you help that person participate in camp to their fullest ability and help keep them safe and help make sure they're going where they're supposed to go. Counselors get some free time in the afternoon and some free time at night to kind of hang out and get a break. We couldn't have camp without our teenage counselors, and we're hoping to have more people from Biloxi this year show up and volunteer for camp. Every counselor gets 90 volunteer hours for each session of camp that they participate in. So if anybody is involved in a club that requires volunteer hours, this is a great way to get all of them. It's really great on college applications and scholarships and things like that.
Okay. And how can one apply to work at Camp Awesome?
Okay, we have a QR code that I think is going to be shared, and I have shared some information with the Tribe TV teacher about how people could apply. It's an online application. You need to speak with your parents. Camp, we have openings for male counselors for session 1, which is June 6th through the 10th. And we have openings for male and female counselors for session 2, which is June 11th through the 15th. Session 1 has campers aged 9 to 18, and session 2 has campers aged 19 to 39.
Okay. Are there any requirements that these students need to have?
They will need to have 2 teacher references that are willing to fill out a reference for them. They will need to have 2 personal references. We're looking for people who have a heart for service for people who have disabilities and who are understanding of sometimes their limitations and what they could do and what they need help with. Anyone who is 18 or older could apply for a staff application. They could email us at campofsms@gmail.com, and we could get them applications.
Now we also have an interview with a staff member at Camp Awesome, Sarissa.
Hello.
So, if you could tell us about your experience working at Camp Awesome, the memories you've made, and any little details about Camp Awesome.
My experience at Camp Awesome was a memorable one. There's just so much love and excitement that every camper gets, especially with the first section from the kids. There was a girl there that was just so happy, so full of life. The adult campers are amazing. You meet so many amazing people. One of my favorite memories was with the second session. We have like a spall day, and watching everybody just get together and participate in everything, especially some people that you would never have like looked at and be like, they wouldn't let their camper put makeup on them. It's so funny. It's just a lot of love and life that happens at that camp. It's just amazing seeing everybody come together.
How did you come about Camp Awesome?
I came about it last year. Miss Carson had put a link to the camp in the group chat for Tribe TV, saying that they needed volunteers for counselors, and that's how it happened.
And what was that application process like?
For the application process, you put first, last name, your address, and then they ask if you have like any past experience working with people that have intellectual disabilities, and then you send in the application after doing all of that, and they do a background check, and yeah.
Okay. So it was easy? Relatively?
Yeah, it was very easy.
Okay.
Very quick process.
Now, you said now you're a staff member. What were you before that?
I was a counselor for both sessions.
So what is the difference look like of being a staff member and a counselor?
I would say you'd have more responsibility being a staff member than a counselor. I think it depends on which staff position you fill in for. There's way more responsibility because there's specialty ones, and then there's just like other ones. Specialty would be like kitchen, giving out their medicines and all that. The regular ones would just be like helping with rotations and all that.
For anyone who wants to apply at Camp Awesome, you can scan this QR code, fill it out, and good luck. That's all for this week's episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you next time, same tribe. See you next week.